Hey all, welcome to Geology 105. This video is not great quality. I'm just kind of making a quick video so we can go through and talk about the syllabus. Um, the camera that my Zoom thing uses is not great. The others will be better. So I just kind of wanted to dive in. So first of all, welcome to the class. My name is Andrew Sundell, summer 2021. I've got an awesome hermit crab shirt on I just got for my birthday, so feeling good about that. Um, yeah, and I just wanted to take a second and kind of go through some big picture stuff. The class is pretty straightforward, um, but there's a few things to remember as we get moving. So, first of all, I guess we could take some time and look at the syllabus. I know you guys are going to roll your eyes when I say that, but let's do it really quickly. I'm going to do actually a screen share here, so you should be able to see my syllabus. Hopefully that all works out. Um, and like I said, I'm not going to go through the kind of gory details here. Hopefully my picture is large enough that you can see what I'm telling you. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Course description. You likely read that before you registered for the class. So I'm not going to go into it. Schedule, it's online. And then also remember, this is a summer session, and so it's 8 weeks. And what that means is typically I have the class set up as 15 modules. That's one per week. And then week 16, because our typical semesters are 16 weeks, is finals week. So we're actually going to be do 2 modules per week, and those will open every day on Monday, and they'll be due at midnight every Sunday. So whatever's in those 2 new modules that open up, that's what you need to take care of for the week. So keep track of that. The other thing to keep in mind is that summer classes happen quickly, right? So the pace is greater. So each week of class is essentially 2 weeks. So you have 2 weeks of material to finish in one week. So keep that in mind. Um, Office hours, shoot me an email. I check my email 100 times a day. It's just what I do. Learning outcomes, that'll make more sense at the end of the semester. That's assessed by all of these things here. You can see our grading, just kind of general breakdown, maybe subject to change. Actually, I think that I might only have 4 exams scheduled rather than 5. Typically, I do have 5 exams, but 4 exams in an 8-week class, that means an exam every other week. So again, keep that in mind. And it's all outlined in the syllabus or in the schedule as well as the syllabus. I built this class around a book quite a few years ago. It's evolved a lot since then. If you want a textbook to use as a reference, I would recommend this one. It's almost 10 years old. You can probably find it on Amazon for 15 or 20 bucks. Or whatever. You choose. It is not required. Instructional conversation. That's just kind of how we're going to have the class. So here you can see this is an example of 1 week's kind of worth of work. So you're going to do 2 modules, right? So module 1 and module 2. I'll flip back and forth and use the terms week 1 and week 2. I know I don't want that to kind of be confusing. It might be a little bit, but just remember 2 modules per week. They're clearly labeled, so just follow your heart. But then next week we'll have our first exam that covers these kind of this content. Each week, additionally, you'll have a reading quiz. I think my screen is freezing here, so hopefully this video works out. Each week, we're also going to have a reading quiz. We'll talk more about those in a little bit. They're timed. So what I assume that you've done with those reading quizzes is you've done the reading before you start the quiz, and you have the reading close to you because you're going to have to go back and reference. There's very little chance of success if you haven't done the reading prior to doing the quiz. You can't just do the quiz and mind the reading. That's why it's timed. So again, that's our course schedule. This is also important, late work. So exams, reading quizzes, and assignments. We'll have various assignments. Again, they're very clear in the module folders. None of those are available if they're late. That's just the way that it is. The one exception is the bulk of the content in this class is delivered through, 10 to 15 minute videos, each with a small quiz that goes with them. They're not intended to be difficult. I expect if you watch the video, each video gives you the answer to the quiz. So you should be able to get a 5 out of 5 on every single one of those. But those video quizzes will be always available for half credit up till Saturday, July 29th. So keep that in mind. You can always go back and do those video quizzes. Hopefully, again, seems like my computer's being weird and glitchy. So plus I have the hiccups, so not going to be good. Course expectations, this is what you can expect. 7.5 hours per week. Well, that's a regular semester, so you'd want to double that for a summer term. Academic engagement, you have to interact with the class. Personal technical skills, a lot of this is just kind of boilerplate stuff that comes from the institution. Civility, right? Don't be a jerk. I'll try not to be a jerk. I generally not. But we'll all just be nice to one another and try not to be rude, sarcastic, obscene, or disrespectful and or disruptive. So keep that in mind. The other thing here, I've included this. This has come up a couple of times. Instructor will use appropriate technology to determine academic integrity. Well, I've got quite a few tools at my disposal. Primarily this one, right? It's pretty easy for me to figure it out. If work is found to be plagiarized or generated by AI, you get no credit for the assignment. And then a second offense is reported to student services. So there's a whole bunch of different things that can happen there. Let's see. Oh, it looks like it's in here twice. So again, that means I'm serious about it. Title IX and respectful community, student services. You have all of these resources at your fingertips. The COVID-19 thing, we still have it in here. Shouldn't come up. Emergency procedures, not that big of a deal. It's particularly for an online class. Remember that the other cool thing about this class is for your global perspectives, you can either count it as your global perspectives or your GEM 4 Science No Lab. I'll talk to you more about that. It turns out if this is a course that you like, that you enjoyed, there's a really cool way that you can kind of double dip this to fit into your kind of degree progression. We'll talk about signature assignments later in the semester. That's mostly what I wanted to cover today, just as an introduction, right? We're going to go ahead and just kind of dive in. I don't want to have you spend too much time kind of goofing around, you know, doing all these kind of little videos. But this one will hopefully serve as, well, here, hold on. Let me do this. All right, now I'm back. Hopefully that will serve as a pretty good introduction to kind of think about how things in this class are going to work. Email me if you have any problems. You know, again, late assignments, I get all kinds of excuses. Sometimes they're real. So if you do have some desperate situation, you know, please feel free to reach out. I might ask you for more information. It's kind of a standard thing. Yeah, and then again, the biggest thing that I wanted to remind you is that it's 2 weeks of work packed into 1 week. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of content that we're going to go through. You know, it could feel overwhelming. It's definitely going to be overwhelming if you try to save it all for Sunday. You're not going to be able to get 2 weeks of work done in a day. What I would suggest is Monday morning at kind of 12:01 when things open up, you just kind of work through some of it. And over the course of the week, you can kind of check in and do a video or 2 or 3. And then you should be good to go by the end of the term. Okay, well, I don't want to spend too much more of your time going through this stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I always feel like there's something I'm leaving out here, but hopefully not. Yeah, if there is, I'll ask questions and I'll have more information for you as we go on. Okay, well, it's nice to meet you, and we'll have a great term. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.